Welcome back, everyone. This is Super Kelly Brothers Podcast, episode 199. We're getting close for the 5th of March, 2023. My name's Sloan Kelly.
My name's Jody Kelly.
Next episode, Jody. Next episode, next
you
Sunday.
You thought it was this episode
No, I
until
didn't.
James
No.
corrected you.
No.
Did you not? Are you sure?
No. Somebody said happy 200th episode, and I was like, thanks. But of course, I was setting it up for next week. So that's why it was in my head about that. But somebody else said happy 200th episode.
And that's the story of
What do you mean?
is it?
I'll bring up the message.
Oh, proof.
Aye. So there's a picture of you two.
Yes.
Hold on. There's a picture of you two.
Yep.
I don't want to. I can't really show it because
James and I. You can.
Well, I can't because there's a whole bunch of stuff on the left hand side. How do you collapse that? I can't collapse it. Hold on.
Anyway, James and I were at Comic-Con Glasgow with our kids today.
Yeah,
and it was great. I think Danny was a wee bit overwhelmed by the whole thing.
No, I can't do it.
I was wearing this T-shirt, right?
Yeah.
And Imperial Scout Trooper pretty much questioned me why I had, terrorist T-shirt propaganda on me, and I was holding James's X-wing helmet as well.
Oh, were you?
And she's like, "Where did you get that?" And I'm like, "It's not mine, it's his." So immediately put James in it. Immediately.
So this is
afterwards.
This is the controversial thing that this is from James. Happy 200.
Okay.
So all this stuff about me starting it wasn't me. I didn't do it. I know next week's the 200th because I was writing the 199th episode.
No, but we said that because you'd said it was the 200th episode.
I didn't. I said it's the 200th episode next week.
Okay. Right, anyway, it's next week, guys.
It's next week. Next week.
Get your party hats.
And it was I actually sent it to you. I didn't send it to you guys.
No,
so you were obviously talking about it.
Did you? Have you got the X-wing thing?
The X-wing thing. Oh yeah. I can bring that up. Hang a sec.
I'll send you one as well. It was the only picture I took actually was Darth Vader intimidating me. Some of the costumes are absolutely terrific for these things. You know, people that've gone to these things know what it's like.
Yeah,
absolutely tremendous. And will I send it to the group chat?
Aye. Probably. There you go.
Vader.
There's a picture of you two with him. I take it that's not your helmet.
That is that is ill-fitting, isn't it? There was a little. I didn't realise how ill-fitting it was. If you're Mega Mind, it's good on there.
I can't do it in this figure, but it's like that.
But you know what I did? I sat it forward so that the visor was like at my eyes.
Yeah.
Because if I sat it back in my head, the visor was like way up here, so it looks
it's like Porkins test fitting his first helmet.
I'm pretty much Porkins these days.
Guys, you need to get another helmet for me.
Yeah.
I kind of got dressed like this.
I know. Shocking. James is wearing his own. I get given that by a woman dressed up in X-Wing, and that was her helmet, and she was like, and it was signed by one of the Rogue Squadron original guys as well, and on the inside of the helmet.
Wow.
I was like, but
that's
awesome.
It's
pretty cool. I might have to try and steal this somehow, but I didn't manage it.
Did you send it? I did. Okay, let me just bring this up.
Yeah. And then I get intimidated by Mr. Vader.
I'm just about to show. Sorry.
Yeah. Who pointed his saber at me.
He did.
And I was like, "Can you do that again? Photo, please." Thanks. So you can't. The angle's not that great. It just looks as if he's pointing a torch at me.
Aye.
Yeah. It's a shame.
But that's
a great costume, isn't it?
It is.
And he was tall, very
lights,
intimidating, big guy.
Nice.
There was a Chewie kicking about.
You can get the skill from this guy in the background here.
Well, he's kind of far away a little bit. But there was a Chewie kicking about, man.
Oh yeah, there he is in the background.
Oh, there he is.
He's been arrested.
Brilliant.
In the background, he's been arrested by stormtroopers.
I mean, look at that stormtrooper. How good is that?
Yeah.
Costume. That's just phenomenal.
That's
I
amazing.
mean, it was terrific. So,
So,
so I've got a
was
show
this
and
in the
tell.
SECC?
It was, yeah.
Nice.
So I've got a show and tell. James bought a couple of things. I bought a few things.
All right. Okay.
So I haven't got a Leah for my Black Series, and you know, I wanted a New Hope Leah, but this is my next favourite. And no, it's not a Slave Leah Sloan.
Is it Bespin?
No.
Oh, Bosch.
Uh huh.
Do you know that Lego does the helmet now?
20 quid.
Really?
20 quid.
That's actually really good.
See that the archive series.
That Boba Fett that James showed us, that was like 37 or something, I think.
Yeah, I mean I was all about all the kind of stills with the figures and stuff, and that was I think that was a loose figure, and he got a Gamorrean Guard Black Series as well.
Wow.
He's already got two, I think, but he's
he's building an army of
But I did have that one in my hand at one point. I was like, can I justify this? And I thought I'm sticking to my rules: £20 or under for a Black Series style figure.
We'll see how long that lasts.
I've not broke my rules yet.
Do you know what I'd like? I'd like one of those the battle droids. The Roger guys.
Yeah. I like that
like
too.
a big one of them.
Yeah.
Just sitting in the corner.
I know.
So that
there was an IG-11, and it was the kind of blister pack.
Fit that in here.
It was a Black Series style size, but it didn't. It was only a tenner. I probably should have got it, but I didn't think it looked that great. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to wait for a better, because I like the kind of. I mean, the face sculpt in Leah is just off the scale good. That, my friends, is art.
Yeah,
I mean that is just off the scale. Sorry, podcast audio people, you can't see that, but bloody hell, that is good.
Check us out on YouTube if you're watching in the audio version. If you're watching the audio version, if you're watching the audio version,
yeah, that is art. So the other thing I got was Mark Miller.
Can I just 1 second? There's one of these house caterpillar things, and I need to get rid of it because it's just staring at me. So you talk to the nice people, and I'll be back. I'll be back in a wee second.
All right, okay. So the next thing I got was this Jupiter's Circle, which is part of the Jupiter Ascends or Rises thing, and it's signed by Frank Quietly in the front there. And it's absolutely brilliant. I didn't break my rules. £20. Absolute class. I'm going to get more of these. I love Mark Miller's stuff, and I love Frank Quietly. So, yeah, that's a definite. I'm going to get more of these. These one. The last one I bought of Mark Miller's was Nemesis, which was terrific as well. It was like he's like the ultimate bad guy. I don't know if you know about Nemesis. He's the ultimate bad guy, and he's like just out to wreak havoc. And it's like, I suppose it's like the Joker movie, but he's like he looks like a white Superman,
Okay.
As in his outfit is white.
Yeah.
But he looks not Superman, Batman. He looks like that.
Like Moon Knight?
Yeah, he looks a bit like that. Yeah. But so yeah, anyway, this is getting red.
Oh, okay. Is that the Netflix? Sorry, is that the Netflix thing?
Aye, it's the same characters.
No,
yep. Ascending.
It was Ascending.
Uh-huh. So it's part of that whole universe, and two Scottish legends, Frank Quietly and Mark Miller. Mark Miller, of course, wrote K.O.s. as well. So that's a lot of creases going on in that crotch, though. That is a bit.
It's bunched up. That does not look comfy. That looks like you've been forever like pulling it down.
He's stuffing stuff down there. What's going on there?
Tidy whiteys.
Oh, something going wrong. A little bit wrong there. But anyway, I'm going to enjoy that.
Nice. Not the tidy whities.
Not the tighty whities.
Okay.
So there we go. That was what I got. And do you know? I felt as if there could have been.
Your video's gone.
Oh, why is that?
That's not good. I don't know.
What's happened? Wait a minute. I'll unplug myself and plug myself back in.
You tried turning it off and on again.
Aye, exactly. It's the IT.
Uh-oh. Well, Jody certainly did unplug himself. Unplugged himself good. There you go. You're back.
I'm back. What was it? Yeah, I felt as if there was. I said to James, I was like, I bet there's some sort of real hidden gem here that we are not getting.
Yeah.
Because me and Danny were looking for Funko Pops, the Doomslayer, which I've seen. I've seen it once, but nah. They had hundreds and hundreds of Funko Pops, but not that. It's tough to get. They do these short runs of these Funko Pops, and then they're like 200 quid. You know what I mean? It's like bonkers.
There's a shop over this side of the pond called Hot Topic, and there's an entire back wall in every single one of these shops, and it's just all Funko Pop.
Yeah, they're on demand. You know, and I was talking to the guy, and he's like, he buys them kind of wholesale, like old ones, and
from Mr. Pop himself.
Mr. Pop, Adrian Pop.
Adrian Funko Pop.
That's him. And they're kind of older ones, and it's like they're so cool. There was one there, though, that it was a Deadpool one, in the poster when Deadpool's like he's lying across the billboard or whatever it is. And that was like 25 quid. And I'm like, no, I'm not going past 25. I'm not going past 20 quid for that.
Yeah.
Although that did look pretty cool, and it probably is very limited, But then you're going to keep it. You're not going to sell it. So what's the point? Yeah.
So was there any like celebs there?
Yeah, there was. Well, there was a Stranger Things actress there. Very low key. In the most recent series, the young actress that gets punched in the nose by Elle on the roller skating.
Right.
Her name. She was there. So, I tell you what though, I'd say 70 to 80% of the cosplay people were manga and anime. There was, wasn't Harry Potter, wasn't Star Wars, wasn't Marvel. It was that, and then the rest was Harry Potter, Star Wars, Marvel. So it was I was quite surprised at that, actually.
I'm looking at it. I don't recognize any names here. Photo op schedule.
No, there was a guy, Raven. I think it was a BBC TV show over here, CBBS thing. But yeah, it was a good show. We enjoyed it, and
it was Elodie Grace Orkin. That was the girl from Stranger Things.
And there was a lot of comic book artists there, showing off their wares. And there was a great little a kind of panel, it's like a kind of theatre area where some of the stars and stuff did little lectures and stuff about, writing comic books and things. So
Dave Gibbons was there?
That was good. Dave Gibbons was there.
That's pretty cool.
Do you know, I clocked that when I came in, and then I completely forgot about that. Damn it. He's probably the biggest one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watchmen. Yeah. Damn it. I forgot all about that. I probably walked by him 5 times, but the first time I walked by him, I'm like, oh, Dave Gibbons.
All right, Dave.
No, he wasn't. It wasn't actually at his bit.
His podium.
But I saw his name. I'm like, right, I'm clocking that for later. Then I completely forgot.
And then didn't.
Damn it. No.
There you go. He could have been all like, I love the first bit where comedian goes out the window, man. That's beautiful, by the way. That bit there where he's all like...
It's funny because he's
great. What would you want me to sign? Can you sign my Arkham Asylum?
Exactly. But he's all about the Watchmen and stuff, whereas your man Alan Moore is just
He's
not
very grumpy,
interested.
though.
Very,
Very
grumpy.
grumpy.
Mm-hmm. He knows he's a legend, though.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he is. He changed comic books, really.
Yeah.
You know, but Dave Gibbons is, damn it.
Just ruined your day. Sorry. And you had a lovely dinner and a couple of pints out in Prestwick. You'd enjoyed yourselves.
We had a good day, to be fair.
Exactly.
It was a great day. Yeah, met up with the girls, their wives, our wives. And
what are you, Fred Flintstone now?
Aye, pretty much. Me and Barney Rubble.
Meet up with the girls.
Although, to be fair, I'm probably Barney Rubble. James is probably Fred. Height-wise.
Okay there, James.
Okay there. Yeah, anyway. Wilma. So how was your day?
I didn't do anything. I just sat in the house.
Whatever.
Just sat in the house and stared at a wall.
Oh,
like that.
That sounds exciting.
Yesterday we've booked a trip to do the old PCH, the Pacific Coast Highway. So we're going to go to places like Monterey. We're going to go to Carmel on the Sea, where a certain Clint Eastwood brought back ice cream.
Clint Eastwood was the mayor there.
He was the mayor, yeah, and the only reason he ran is to bring back ice cream. That was his platform.
Bring back ice cream. Yep. Ice cream's never gone away.
No, it was banned in Carmel on the Sea.
So, what was the city that Footloose was set in? Where dancing and music got banned?
Linlithgow. I don't know. It was somewhere in Kansas, wasn't it? Something like that.
So they banned ice cream. Why?
I don't know. It was like Singapore. Singapore banned chewing gum.
I think that's okay, though. Although I do eat chewing gum all the time.
Yeah.
But, it's ignorant people that dump their chewing gums.
They spit it out in the ground, and you end
it's
up
not chewing gum. It's not actually chewing gum that's the problem. It's people eating chewing gum.
It's always people, Jody. Yeah. People are always the problem.
It's the same as swimming pools. The minute you put water into a swimming pool, that's when you get problems.
That's right. Yeah, because people inject their own water. Anyway, moving swiftly along. So.
We're 17 minutes and a half here, and
we've done nothing.
However, I felt like 2 minutes.
It did. I haven't even finished my story.
Right,
so anyway, so we booked. So we're booking some things for when we go across there, and like there's things that we want to do, and one of the things we want to do is we want to visit filming locations.
Of course,
because we'll be in LA for a couple of days. Let's meet LA for a couple of days, and then we'll be summering in Belize. Anyway, we're there for a couple of days, so we thought we'll go and we'll sort of try and find places that we know that filming locations are there. And one of the places I want to try and get to is Dalton's house in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, really?
I'd love to see that, like, be there, because there must be somewhere like that. That's got to be like an actual location in the 30-mile zone.
So that's up the Mulholland.
Yeah, it's got to be up somewhere
area.
up that way. Yeah. And he's also said like, "Oh, where's Monk's apartment?" Because she loves Monk. And so I found it's 999 Broadway in San Francisco.
I think we've spoke about our love for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood many times, haven't we?
It's such a love letter to Hollywood. It really is. It's such a really nice, and I mean this.
It's a feel good. It's a weirdly feel good movie. Weirdly,
I've watched it.
It's quite violent, but
I've watched it several times since I first watched it, and it's one of those movies that you can have on in the background and you just kind of look over and go,
absolutely, it's great. It's like an old friend, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It's a cracker.
And you stop for certain scenes, like the bit where he beats up Bruce Lee. And then Zoe Bell comes in and just gives him what for. That bit's funny. His whole bit with the dog with that kind of stuff. It's just there's all these nice little set pieces in it, and it's just a very, very nice, beautiful, feel good movie, despite the fact what happens at the end. But then again, what happens at the end is also kind of feel good, because in his metaverse, in his version of events, Sharon Tate gets to live. Which is
exactly,
really nice.
So, it's kind of beautiful, really.
Exactly, yeah.
I know, it makes you, yeah, it's a shame.
It is.
What actually happened?
Shall we
Thought you'd never ask.
spill the tea?
Right.
I don't know if you've seen the thumbnail for this one, but it kind of gives the game away of what our
Sorry,
top story is.
I think I keep getting electric shocks in my ear from my earpiece.
It's not me. I'm not doing it.
Jeez. Right. Okay.
Last week, we incorrectly reported that Cocaine Bear had knocked Ant-Man off the top spot. That was not actually true. Ant-Man was still the top spot. However, he is top spot no more. He has been KO'd. KO'd, not KO'd. KO'd. By Creed. So Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut. Am I right in saying that? Did he do something before this?
Yeah.
This
No,
is
I think it is.
debut.
I think it is. Yeah.
Also starring as the eponymous Creed himself. Straight to number 1. 100 billion opening weekend. So
excellent.
That's good news.
However, bad news is that I don't know. This guy Lee Pondick, we've shown his comment.
Sure.
The goo in Ant-Man 3 is old Native American ceremony. It's turd and shrooms. Is that true?
I don't know.
Sounds pretty interesting. I wouldn't want to take it, anyway.
No.
I'm off the turd and shrooms. I have to say, I'm on a strict beer and burger diet only.
Burger diet. I'm on Chardonnay and nachos.
Oh,
Yeah.
You can't hide class.
Oh,
Clearly.
no. Apparently you can.
He's got proof. He's got a video.
There you go.
Right, that's good. Well done, nicely.
Nice.
Thank you. Well, listen, Creed 3. I've got a bit
Rocky
of beef. I've got a bit of beef with Creed 3 because because it's been taken from Sly Stallone.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So he's not involved in this one for the first time in the whole franchise. He's not involved. He got the studio bought it off him, and he's not in it.
I mean, they didn't exactly steal it off him. They gave him money then.
Oh no, they didn't steal it off him, but it was bought out basically.
Right. They made him an offer he couldn't refuse.
But it means that his creativity is not in this movie for the first time ever in a Rocky Creed movie.
So, have you seen this movie? This one?
I've not seen this one.
Have you seen it?
I've seen the other two. Yeah.
Is there a worry that the creative team are not going to do a good job of it? I mean, I would like to cite Star Trek as being an example of people who don't quite get it, taking it over.
I think it'll be interesting to see this one to see if it makes any difference. It probably won't, but it's just the whole. I don't like the fact that studios can just do that and take the, it's like take the creative, the guy that wrote he wrote the original Rocky and won an Oscar for it. Remember?
Yeah.
And
didn't take any
sit
place
well with
to direct it as well.
Sorry,
so he could star in it. Sorry,
don't think he didn't direct it, did he?
Sorry, so he could star in it because they didn't want him to star in it, and he's like, "No, I don't want to do it."
Just doesn't sit well with me, and I dare say thought I will go and see this and enjoy it because I've enjoyed every single Rocky movie ever.
Mm-hmm.
But
I stopped watching them after the last one I saw was the Milo Ventimiglia one.
What one was that?
We watched it together, and it must have been about 10 years ago.
Well, the last one was it Rocky 5 was the one where he's the trainer, and it's the boy.
That's Milo Ventimiglia.
No, they made one after that. It was the one before the first Creed movie, which was great, and it kind of went back to him being an older boxer. But anyway, this has got Jonathan Majors in it as the big bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you realise that? From
I did, yeah.
From Ant-Man,
yeah.
And he is slowly becoming one of the. He's like the Pedro Pascal of the year. He's the the bad guy version. He's Kang and he's the bad guy here.
Yeah.
So yeah. I'm going to see it, but and it deserves to. Clearly deserves to, be number one.
It was Rocky Balboa 2006. That was the last movie I saw with.
That was a good one, though.
Rocky.
That was good.
It was all right. Yeah. I'm not.
Sloan,
This movie is not for me.
think back. Think back. How many times did we watch the original Rocky movies?
I know, but
Specifically, we used to watch a lot.
The first one's good, but it now gives me the creeps, though.
Rocky 4 is just a one long montage, though.
It is, yeah.
It's just a montage,
yeah,
which is great. I just can't stop watching them. If they're on the TV, I will sit and watch these movies. Regardless.
I won't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay then, moving on.
There's something about sports movies that it's either got to be really good or it's I'm not going to watch it. And I know you're going to say that these movies are really good. I just don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take that out.
You take that because you keep getting the electric shocks.
Can you see that?
Wait a minute. Wait, let me zoom you in there. What we're we looking at?
A minute.
Do you have better headphones?
There's a bit of metal exposed.
Well, that's not good.
It's giving me.
It's giving you the old.
It's giving me wee electrical shocks.
Oh, it's not good.
No, I don't like it. So I'm swapping to the other one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Mm-hmm.
Another movie that you really liked, and I was like, it's all right.
I don't know how you didn't like this.
But again, it's one of those movies where I felt like the acting was great, and the direction was great as well, but it just didn't feel like it kind of went anywhere.
Was there too much going on?
I watched the movie this week, and I felt the exact same thing as well. It was very. I'll give you a review of it later on, but very similar feelings to this. Is like there's nothing inherently wrong with it, but it wasn't a great movie either. And like Michelle Yeoh's performance and Ke Huy Quan's performances are in here are fantastic. Jamie Lee Curtis she plays the over the top third character. She's really good in it as well. But all of it together.
Did you like Bullet Train, though, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
But there were slightly more likable characters in there, even the baddies.
Because it was quite over the top as well.
It was insanely over the top. It was just a fun, stupid movie.
I'd say Everything All at Once is insanely over the top because it's like bonkers.
Yeah, somebody said that this is I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was you or James that said that this is the movie that Multiverse of Madness should have been. I don't know.
Oh no! I think I prefer do I? Don't know.
Well, let me put it this way: I've watched Multiverse of Madness 3 times now to my one time of Everything Everywhere All at Once. Anyway, it doesn't matter what we think; it's what the award people.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
The Spirit Awards. They've dominated domination. They've dominated all these awards. So it looks like it's gonna go to the Oscars, and of course it's gonna get to the Oscars, and it will win nil point because that's usually what happens to these things.
Might win some things.
There you go. James has said there he saw it recently. Not a fan.
Oh, James, really? Just me then?
Just you on and lonely.
That's quite funny. Because Evelyn didn't like it either.
There you go.
So it's literally
Jody, you're the little red fish in that episode of Fargo.
Yeah, is that right? Oh well then. Where did James' comment come from? It's not in the list.
It's here.
It's not in my list.
Oh, it's on my list.
All right.
I don't know.
That's weird.
It's fine. Anyway, so Michelle Yeoh, she's great. She's fantastic. Direction's great. Fantastic. Just there's something about the story that just didn't pull me in.
Yeah, well, it's crazy, but I loved it.
Yeah,
I really did. It was right up my street. I like that kind of nuts it was so. I mean, have you ever seen a film like that before? Quite frankly,
I mean, if I kind of
it's pretty original, Sloan.
if I let my visual cortex go limp, I can imagine Terry Gilliam doing it.
I agree. Actually, I absolutely.
It was very kind of Gilliam-esque.
That is a very, very, very good analogy.
Thanks.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, wholeheartedly. Yeah, and it might have been slightly better.
Had he done it? But then again, it would have taken 14 years to make.
Yeah. Although I did Terry Gilliam's last movie, The Zero Theorem. I was not totally on board.
That was his last movie, The Zero Theorem?
Yeah, he's not made a movie since then.
Wow.
And those aren't good odds. That's true. 1 to 6 of the bookies, just checked. It's not going to win Best Picture.
Yeah, and those are not great odds.
No. Best Picture will probably go to. We'll do that next. We'll do that next Sunday.
Do it next Sunday on our 200th episode.
Because that's the week before the Oscars, is it?
I believe it is. Yes. Yeah.
I think I'll be. Will I be there for the Oscars? I'll leave. I'll leave on this. No, I'll leave on the Saturday.
Yeah, leave on the Saturday. Yeah.
I'm not going to miss it. No,
so we'll talk about it.
Didn't do that.
We'll talk about it on the Sunday after. Well, no, we timed it perfect because next week will be the 200th episode, and you'll be sitting here.
I will.
Which
I'll be
is
in Canada.
Nice. So so we'll get that to look for.
Yeah.
We'll need to get like those party hats and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Sit with them. Maybe a couple of beers. I won't be working in the morning.
Oh, me neither. I think this is. I think everything everywhere all at once is going to win some stuff though. I think it'll get best original screenplay or something.
It might do. I think it'll win special effects.
Yeah, that as well.
Stuff. Maybe cinematography.
Maybe. Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds has said, "Why do we need to do sequels? Why has everything got to be a sequel?" And I could agree with him. Well, a sure bet.
It's not. It's not for the art. That's for sure.
No,
it's for the money. That's why.
It's the same reason Stephen King keeps writing books.
No, it's not.
Because the ideas won't stop coming to him. That's the reason why he keeps writing books.
He's a machine, though, Stephen King.
He is a machine, yeah. Unlike George R. R. Martin,
he is a machine. He's a broken machine. Told George. Did he ever release the last book of Game of Thrones?
He's working on it. Does he not? He still uses a DOS machine stuff, and like he's still kind of. He's got
tell you what, though,
thing that he does.
I know you've not seen Game of Thrones, Sloan, but
no,
the dude is amazing. His ideas are off the scale. They really are.
The chain.
It's off the chain, man. What is he saying this then?
I'm assuming that
doesn't sound like a very Ryan Reynolds thing to say.
He said there's potential to do a sequel to Free Guy, which would be fun. I would love it, but like also, does everything need to have a sequel? I don't know. Sometimes it's okay to just do a movie and have it kick ass, and then everyone goes home.
I agree.
It's the same as the Adam Project as well. It's a nice movie. Doesn't need a sequel.
It's getting one though, I think.
Oh, is it?
I think Free Guy needs a sequel more than the Adam Project does.
Yeah.
I want this bloody Dragon's Lair movie that he's been promising me for ages.
He's too busy. He's got his whole, he's got his commercial stuff that he does, and then he's got Wrexham, and then he's got this, that, and the next thing. It's like you're spreading yourself too thin, man. It's like
I'm gonna phone him.
You're gonna phone him up?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him.
Remember though, he's 8 hours behind you.
No, I'm not gonna phone him right now.
All right, okay.
I'll phone him later.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Fine. So there's gonna be a Deadpool 3. So.
Which is gonna listen, Deadpool 3. You've seen Deadpool 1 and 2, haven't you?
I have, yeah.
You liked them?
I did.
Aye. Wolverine's going to be in 3, so
he is, yes, very much so.
I'm all in 3. I think 3 is going to be the best, actually.
Yes.
I
I
think
think this might be the last
Wolverine
one,
in it is going to be tremendous. I personally think that Logan, did you see Logan?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love that film. I think it's one of the best superhero movies ever made.
One of the worst movies ever made was Wolverine.
Correct. It's funny, isn't it?
Yeah. Wolverine 2 was good.
Uh-huh.
Wolverine 3, Logan, was amazing.
Was Wolverine the kind of Japanese samurai kind of one?
Uh-huh.
Aye, it wasn't good.
So the first one, I'm not sure if the first one was based on a comic book, but the other two were. Because there is one where I think Logan goes and becomes a samurai or something. I don't know the comic book lore, but I did hear it was based on a comic book. And then the third one's based on Old Man Logan.
Yes, which is
just brilliant.
It's just the whole Patrick Stewart stuff, and kind of the you know, his powers getting too strong, and he's getting too old to control them.
Yeah.
What? I mean, I don't know who wrote that screenplay, and I don't know if it's like part of comic book stuff or things like that. But what a film!
Yeah, they did a really good job with that one.
Steve Merchant, brilliant as well.
Oh, that's right. He plays Caliban, doesn't he? That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
he's really good in it.
So I'm looking forward to this team up of, you know, I don't know what he's talking about. Come on, Ryan.
Come on, Ryan. You can do it. Put your back into it. Tell us why. Show us how. Look at where you came from. Look at you now.
Yeah, all that. Although I kind of get it as well, in a way. You know.
I thought it was Melissa Roche there, but it's not.
It's not.
Sticking with superheroes. Mark Guggenheim apparently has not had a call yet from James Gunn and Peter Safran, and he's like, I just wasted my time doing all this stuff.
What, is he surprised?
First of all, who?
I'm not. Well, exactly.
I mean, I know what he's saying that about us, but still.
Yeah, James Gunn's like,
who?
Sorry, who's this guy? That Arrow? What?
Anyway, so there was Crisis on Infinite Earths. He was the guy that did the crossover event with like all the different CW programs that they had in the Arrowverse, and he's a bit upset at the fact that apparently James Gunn hasn't called him. I'm pretty sure James Gunn's got a couple of ideas up his sleeve. He's been reading comic books for a while.
Yeah,
pretty sure he's okay.
I think we're pretty trusting in old James right now.
There you go.
All the Jameses.
So he says, I just wanted a meeting, a conversation, a small recognition of what I tried to contribute to the grand tapestry of what is the DC universe. I'd only spent 9 years toiling in that vineyard after all.
Well, do I get a pat on my back after I've finished my work? No.
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 I know. It's like, what do you want?
Well done, son.
James is watching. We need to talk about Cosby. I don't know if we do.
Yo, James.
So yeah, apparently he's this was made right after the unveiling of Gunn and Safran's plans. I don't know why it's taking so long to get here, but apparently he must have said it very quietly to someone in an elevator somewhere. Yeah, okay. Shall we talk about the slap heard around the world?
Oh, here we go. It's been a year.
It has been a year, and his Netflix
feels like longer, doesn't it?
His Netflix special dropped, as the kids say. Live. It was live. It was broadcast live. Did you watch it?
Yeah. No, I didn't. But
I'm going to watch it because it's a streaming service.
I will watch it though. Yeah.
So this is the first foray into a live event. I'm not sure how many people did it, but basically he's like, I get smacked a year ago. People are like, did it hurt? It still hurts. I've got summertime ringing in my ears, which I thought was funny.
Do you know, it's not only did he take the slap well, he took the whole scenario
So somebody pointed out, I was watching TikTok. Sorry for people who watch television. I was watching TikTok, and there was a guy on. He said he was gonna say something else after Will Smith said, "Take my wife's name out your damn mouth." He was going to say something about that the boyfriend, because it sounds like he's about to say the boyfriend's name. or the guy that she had the affair with. Anyway,
Well, we all know who it was, though. It was one of Jaden Smith's
pals. Yeah. He said, so he says, it goes on to say, I'm not a victim, baby. You will never see me on Oprah or Gayle King crying. You'll never see me. It's not going to happen. Will Smith is significantly bigger than me. We are not the same size. Will does movies with his shirt off. You ever seen me do a movie with my shirt off? Will Smith played Muhammad Ali in a movie. You think I auditioned for that part? I played Pookie in New Jack City.
Is this Chris Rock saying this?
This is Chris Rock.
Is this in his routine?
Yeah, this is in his routine that he did, yeah.
Brilliant. I need to see this.
So anyway, so he talks about, he says his wife is having an affair with her son's friend. I normally would not talk about this stuff. I have no idea why two talented people would do something that low down. We've all been cheated on. Everybody in here has been cheated on. None of us have ever been interviewed by the person that cheated on us on television. She hurt him way more than he hurt me. There you go.
With true thoughts, baby.
Yeah. And apparently after the whole thing happened, when Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith were talking about it, he reached out to him and said, hey, I'm here for you. Give me a call and we can talk about what happened. Crickets, nothing from him, nothing whatsoever. But everybody called him the B word on The View, The Talk, Breakfast Club, Drink Champs, and so on. Everybody called him that. And who does he hit? Me, said Chris Rock.
Yeah.
So he was trying to be his pal, and that's what he got.
Is it over with him and Will Smith and his wife?
No, they're still going on there. But
apparently, I saw a thing saying that they were done.
Apparently, this all started when Jada Pinkett Smith said that black people should boycott the Oscars, and Chris Rock was hosting that year.
Yeah,
and he made a joke about it.
Right.
And so
there's more.
That's where it all started.
I mean, there's more. There's so much more going on. I actually had the Audible when I had Audible. I downloaded the Will Smith book, but I never quite got round to
listen to it.
Because it was like, you get, was it 3 tokens or something? But there's two. These books are like 15 hours long. So
more like a marriage of inconvenience for Will Smith these days.
Yeah, James. Yeah, definitely. Can we just remind everybody as well that Mando's started, and we'll be doing our watch along on Tuesday.
Mando for show,
which we're looking forward to.
We are.
Season 3, episode.
So how we get in next Tuesday, but
this Tuesday. Well, sorry, this Tuesday.
Yeah. The Last of Us.
Yeah, we'll be doing the fall. Yeah, next Tuesday we'll be doing it from a hotel room.
Well, if we can. I don't know what the internet's like.
Oh, dang it.
That's what I need to figure out.
I'm sure we'll be fine.
Sure, we'll figure something out. Anyway, so they wanted to avoid green screens because it looks... Basically, this whole article there explains why they don't want to use green screens, and effectively it looks awful. That's what it boils down to. It's like, okay. But they spent an entire article talking about it. So yeah, it's things that we want to see, want to bring things to life, and yeah.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, it makes a difference though, like, seeing things in, outside of a studio. I mean, harping back to Quantumania, that looked like it was made in a studio, and it kind of put me off a little bit. It didn't look as good as as Andor or things like that don't use the volume. Because I think Quantumania used the volume. It looked like
really?
an episode of Loki. All that stuff that was happening in Loki.
Oh dear.
That's what it looked like to me. So Last of Us, it's brilliant,
Yeah.
And I don't know the kind of financial aspect of things, whether it's like it's probably more expensive to shoot, in a real location.
Well, you get catering to start off with.
No, it was more than that, though, isn't there? You've got to bloody physically.
I mean, it doesn't matter where you shoot. You're gonna eventually do. You're gonna have to do some digital effects because you're gonna have them walking in a small area that will actually have a green screen, and then they'll have to do blank it out and then put like the ruined cityscape in the background. But have the actors there so that they know what they're looking at, and it's just that's what you have to do. It's like that's what makes things look real. Is the fact that when they sit down on something, it doesn't look like somebody's painted it.
Yeah, and it definitely takes you out of it if you got a wobbly set, or it's like corny, Crossroads or something, which was an old soap opera, and if somebody sat down on a sofa, the walls would wobble.
Yeah, well, it was Doctor Who as well. Old Doctor Who was the same as well. It was all plyboard and things that were stuck together.
I mean, they've flung a lot of money at Last of Us, and it shows, and it all the the script could be as good as it is, and the characters are their dynamic between each other can be as good as it is, but if it looks crap, it affects how you're watching it 100%. So yeah,
it's I mean it's like Zombieland as well, and Last Man on Earth as well. They're all set in real world places where they've got all it is just an empty parking lot, but they've got things tipped over, and it just looks like a disaster area, and that's kind of what you need. Is you need to have the actors in that
location. There was that scene though when they're kind of looking over them in episode 2, I think it was, when they're walking, and it's like looking over the highway and stuff, and it's quite an expansive scene, and it's like, this looks real. This is not soundstage stuff. But I'd love to see the kind of behind the scenes, how they did all that kind of stuff.
What was interesting about that? There was a bit in it where they pan back. They're driving along in the Silverado truck after they pick up from Bill and Frank's house.
Yeah,
and they pan out from the highway. It's like a helicopter shot.
Yeah.
And they look down, and you can clearly see that the highway that they're driving along is a Canadian highway, because it's got like Canadian. It's not American road markings. It's Canadian road marking, like Canadian signage, and they haven't even disguised it. So it feels like
really?
Yeah, it feels like they just shot it as is, which I think is maybe just a subtle. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they just made a mistake. But it feels like there's a subtle, like, this is planted. This is real. Planted as in it's a firm thing rather than something that's made up.
Yeah, definitely.
Bad news, James.
Sloan, there was a Star Trek area that you would
there was off in the corner.
Enjoying, let's just say.
So Star Trek Discovery is going to end with season 5, but season 5 is not going to start until 2024.
That's just next year. That's fine.
I know, but it was supposed to start this year.
Oh,
so
there's a lot of Star Trek content just now, though.
There's quite a bit of it, yeah. So there's Picard, Lower Decks, Discovery, Strange New Worlds. Yeah, 4 shows. Oh no, and there's Star Trek Prodigy as well.
Is that the new animated one?
Yeah, that's the one with Janeway in it. I watched the first episode and I'm like,
is that on show. Paramount?
I think so.
They're all in Paramount now.
I think they're all in Paramount.
I think they are, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Discovery, excuse me, Discovery started off on Netflix, didn't it?
I think in the UK it did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everything's over on Crave over here in Canada.
Yeah.
Which is where everything else is. And that's it. That's all the news that's fit to print. Ship it.
Crickles. That was quick.
Shall we move on to the next section?
Yes.
Oh, we're running late. Jody, what have you been watching?
It's pretty quick, actually, because I've been out painting a big mural every single night. So I've not been watching a lot. I missed out on Friday night. I didn't watch it, but it was Mad Max Fury Road that was watched.
Oh, aye.
I don't think anybody enjoyed it.
With Furiosa.
But then I think if you think to yourself, it's a chase movie. It's a kind of there's no story particularly.
No.
It's okay. It's not as great as everybody says. I've seen it before. That's why I can
It's
comment.
okay. Visually stunning.
Oh yeah,
but it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. I started watching that Tomorrowland or whatever it is on now, Apple TV.
Oh, is that started?
Yeah.
Damn it.
So I watched the first episode, which
Uh-huh.
is intriguing,
Mhm.
world building,
Okay.
interesting, and I'm halfway through the second episode. But I think it could be easily blasted because it's very short episodes. They're only like 30 minutes long, if that.
That's the same as something I was watching. I was watching The Consultant.
And yeah, so I don't know what it's. Well, I kind of know where it's going.
Mhm.
It's got Billy Cudrup in it. He's the kind of main man, and he's
Right.
great as always. I've not watched a lot. I've been trying to get through the Oscar movies, but that's not happened this week either. Obviously watched Mandalorian episode
Mando.
1.
Mhm.
We'll go deep into that on Tuesday, but essentially, I felt about the first episode was two things. I felt like it's not the strongest opening they've ever had of a
No.
season, and I also felt as if it was there to explain quite a lot that had happened.
Yeah,
Regina
it's set up.
Carano, and the Grogu, why he's back,
Mhm.
which is very, very quickly and dismissively explained.
Yeah.
But do you know what's clever about that, though? I thought it means that anybody that hasn't watched the Book of Boba Fett has to go and watch it, because see if they'd done like a recap and it had included Book of Boba Fett stuff in it, right? Nobody would need to go and watch Book of Boba Fett.
It would have been like. Did you ever watch Community?
Oh, that's what I've just coming on to that. We've started watching
Okay.
Community.
Because they have flashback episodes where they have like bottle episodes where they do flashbacks. We haven't seen those flashbacks.
Right.
And so when you see it, you're like, I don't remember this episode. It's because it never happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it feels like a flashback.
Uh-huh.
It's really clever.
So I think writing wise, it was actually quite cleverly done and kind of very quickly done as well. And they cram a lot into these episodes, don't they?
Yeah,
like, what the hell, that big scene at the beginning, and then Grief Karga, and
the Purgles as well.
Yeah, it's a lot crammed in there.
That bit was so cute though when
oh man,
Grogu's
the
in the
Babu
bubble.
Frick thing.
Oh, the Babu Frick thing, that was hilarious.
So funny. Because it's so obvious, but it's like, okay, I understand. Sorry, we're doing a bit of spoilery things here,
but the bit where Grogu, he sees the Purgles and he's like trying to communicate with them, do the Yandy thing, and then he sneaks under and then sneaks up between Mandalorian's arms and kind of falls asleep.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Nah, listen, it's great. It's great to have it back. It was a nice, fine episode. I've got no negativity about it at all.
Yeah.
And I do think it was like a kind of set up for the season. Really,
it felt like a set up for the season.
And I thought that was a really powerful moment with the Bo-Katan when I mean that all happened in that one episode.
I know. Yeah.
It's like, wow. They've covered a lot of ground.
Yeah.
And
she was time has passed as well. So this isn't. There's like 2 years between that, and then there's another 6 years or something. So there's like 7 years elapsed.
Yeah.
Between the last time we saw him.
Yeah.
Into season 2 and season 3, and the only way you can really tell that is because Navarro doesn't look like a crap hole now.
Yeah. Well, exactly, which is fantastic as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the IG-11 stuff I really liked as well. It's like. I don't know why he's specifically wanting them back, but I don't know
I
if
don't
that's
know.
a Disney thing or what. But because it's Taika, but I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah,
Uh,
maybe.
But yeah, they crammed a lot in. That Bo-Katan scene though was really that's the setup for the season though.
Yeah.
You know, she's like giving up hope. Yeah, you do what you need to do.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, there was the whole the foundling thing where the foundling becomes the Mandalorian, becomes a Mandalorian.
at the
There was
beginning,
that bit as well at the beginning.
I thought it was a
With Paz
flashback at
Vizsla and
first.
stuff. Yeah, I think that was they played it like a
They did.
flashback.
They did.
Because they're going like, oh, is that not the kid that they got to play? Is that not like an older version of the kid that got to play Din Djarin?
Apparently, that kid was. You remember the Boba Fett Sand People? Obviously, he kind of not befriended them, but aye, there was a child sand person. That was that boy playing.
Okay.
So he's obviously like a producer's son or something.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, do that. Get him in there.
I
Get
thought
him
it was
involved.
young Cassian.
Right?
No.
No.
All right. Maybe I'm wrong, man. All right. No, it's fine. Okay. I'm okay being wrong.
Trying to catch up with the Bad Batch as well, and Community, and that's probably it. Really.
Thanks. Where are you in Community?
Oh, season 1, episode 5 or something.
And how is it taking you 12, 13 years to watch this show?
Now that I've watched it, I have no idea because it is
no excuse.
Because I'm like, and do you know what? I'm relishing it because it's another one of those Last Man on Earth situations where I'm like, well, there's like,
it's only 20 minutes long.
5 seasons of this, they're pretty short episodes.
There's 6 seasons of a movie, Jody.
Lots of it. So I was like, bring it on, yeah.
Quick question: who's your favourite character, and why is it not Abed?
And he's in
he's in everything.
Mythic Quest.
He's in Mythic Quest. Yep.
But he's a bit more kind of a Big Bang Theory in Community.
Oh yeah. Abed's
have you watched all the Mythic Quest yet?
No, not yet. No, I'm on season. It took me a while to get into Mythic Quest, I've got to admit, but I haven't watched it recently because there's just been so much stuff, and I'm like, oh, man.
Yeah, well, obviously we watched The Last of Us as well, which was another solid episode. A little bit similar, though, I felt, to the kind of Hank and the one.
The Hank and Sam one.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, kind of similar. But then again, I think there's going to be a lot of similar stories where it's like you fall in love with someone, you got bit.
Yeah, and it's so believable, type thing. Did you get the video that James sent you? He's got like a mark in his arm as if he's been bitten.
Oh no, I never saw that.
Did he send you that? Did he not send you it? All right. It looks as if he's been bitten by a zombie.
Okay.
So I was like, we had the kind of discussion of, if it came to it, and I'd known I'd find it quite hard to kill him, but he's bigger than me. I think he'd probably kill me first.
Probably.
Yeah. So I don't think there's probably any discussion there. I wouldn't probably be the one that kills him. He'd kill me. So we just left it at
that. I'd be dead. Well, I watched. I started watching The Consultant. I think I mentioned it in the chat, but not last week because I forgot to write it down. Christoph Waltz plays this really creepy guy who turns up at a video game company, and sort of takes over.
All right.
And they don't know who he is, and they don't know why he's there,
Really?
and it's all a bit bizarre. And
that sounds very intriguing.
There's some insane visuals in it, shall I just say?
What's this on?
It's on Prime. Of all things, it's on Prime.
Wow.
Every episode is about 25 minutes long.
Right.
So it's weird. It's strange. I've heard mixed reviews about it. I'm enjoying it. So I'm going to watch it. Yeah. I watched Picard, which this is not my favorite episode of Picard. I thought it was a bit weird. Will Will and Grace, I was going to say Picard.
Will and Grace.
They have a fight in this one, and it just does. It feels forced. It doesn't feel right. It feels unnatural.
Right.
It feels like, no, you're a big giant steaming turd. No, you are. Like that kind of fight. It feels a bit weird, and then it's
kind
like,
of fights
you should
we
probably
used to have when we were
leave.
12.
Exactly, yeah. It's like, you should leave. It's like, okay then, and then he goes away, and it's like,
no, leave then. No, you leave. Don't leave.
So yeah, I was like, and then movie of the week, or Friday movie of the week was Kate with
I've seen that.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
She's very convincing.
As Ripley.
Yes.
There's a couple of bits in where you're going like, she's dressed exactly like Rip, because she's wearing a Palmer jacket and she's got the sleeves rolled up and she's got the short hair at that point.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was about to say she looks like Ripley, and Anne goes like, she looks like Sigourney Weaver. I was like, she does.
That's a pretty good movie, though. I thought
it is, and it's the same,
especially for a Netflix movie.
I liked it, but it was also kind of pointless. Like, it looked really nice and everything was well acted, and it's the same kind of similar kind of thing I had with Everything Everywhere All at Once, and that's kind of what I was going with when I said that earlier on, is that it's fine, but it's not great. It's not a great movie. It's an okay movie. I'd recommend it if there was nothing else on.
There's a car chase scene in it, and the way it's filmed, I thought was one of the most
video game
car chases I've seen.
That was amazing
for a long time.
Yeah. Like, that should have won an award for something. It's the one and only car chase they have in the whole movie.
I thought
it's great.
Good.
The angles as well that they do on it.
Yes, aye. Very unusual.
Yeah.
I liked it. I did like it. It's not great, but it's good. It's definitely good. It's
and I watched Last of Us. There's only 2 episodes left of Last of Us.
Bonkers, eh? Bonkers.
How are we going to end this season?
Well, it's not really going to end, is it?
Well, no, because season 2 has got to happen. We know there's going to be a season 2 for a start.
A 2-parter. I wondered if they were going to kind of combine for the first season, combine the first 2 games, and then the second season would be completely fresh.
Right.
And I still wonder if they'll do that, but
okay,
don't know.
That's weird. Yeah.
Just the way that, I don't know if you know about the second game.
No, I don't know anything about the games.
Right, okay. It's pretty... People were not happy about the way things went. And now that I've seen this season, I'm actually okay with it.
Okay.
Now that I've seen it, the TV, but I understand in the game why you would think you wouldn't be happy.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. Well, that's it for me. That's all I watched. Next week, you are going to be here, and I'll still be here.
You will be. You better be.
You will be at the point where you'll be like, don't change the channel, because you'll be doing it after a long flight.
Yeah. I'm like that right now.
And we're up early next day as well.
We're on the road trip.
We're on the road again.
Yep.
Traveled every highway. I'm on the road again. So we're on a road trip the next day to find Fun Spot.
We're on a
road to nowhere.
Quest, really.
A mythic quest.
Holy Grail quest. Yeah. Your quest is Robotron.
Yes, I'd like to.
My quest is Galaxian.
Galaxian. That's right.
And I'm not getting any better at it, but you know.
Okay.
Do you know? If you get 10 flags, right, 10 stages, and you get a one big flag.
Uh-huh.
Now that is my goal now.
is the one big flag.
Prior to that, it was like, I'd probably try and get 100,000 points. Now it's like, if I can get 10 flags, I'll be happy. I've not got 10 flags yet. I've got 8 flags, 8 stages. So, no.
Did I tell you I played Tetris on the Game Boy? I was playing it this week, and
do you know what? On the Game Boy,
on the Switch, on the
Switch,
Switch,
yeah.
Oh, so many.
Did you enjoy it?
So I've got all the make it retro looking settings set to high, and it just brought back so many happy memories of sitting on a train heading from Ayr up to Glasgow.
I remember when you bought that, it blew my mind. I was like, so wait a minute here, you can swap cartridges and play that thing on the go.
Yeah, I know. What? I know it's a Game & Watch, but it was like it was software programmable. Yeah, it was insane.
I've actually got a few games lately. I got Witcher 3. I got the trucker game.
Truck
Storm.
Truck Simulator?
Whatever it's called. And I got Namco Museum for the 3DS because it's got Galaxian on it.
Nice.
So I thought, right, I can play that on the plane.
Yeah.
They've got a Namco thing, but it's just Galaga. It's all Galaga. There's no Galaxian, so I had to get the Game Boy 3DS version.
Yeah.
It's not even 3DS, it's just DS.
Because Galaga was the sequel, wasn't it?
Yeah. Which I've got the 3/4 of Galaga as well. Which is actually a very, very cool game. But right now all my focus is on the although you'll not know it because we're making obviously a video, but and when you see a video you'll be like, he focused on the Galaxian, he's crap at it. What? Anyway.
Meanwhile, I get to the kill screen of Dig Dug. I wasn't even trying. Yeah. I won't.
You definitely won't.
There's no way I'm going to get to the kill screen.
No.
All right. Anyway, you'll be here next week. But if you want to get timely reminders when we put new videos up, then don't forget to hit the old subscribe button, notification bell. YouTube will let you know what's happening. And if you like this video, smash that like button and share. Also add comments as well. What was your favorite video game growing up? Did you have a Game Boy when you were growing up? Those kind of things. That'd be great. Yeah, great. Yeah. But until next time, thank you so much for watching. Thank you very much for joining us in the chat. And we will see you later. Bye-bye.
Cheers, guys.